Good evening, people, and welcome to the studio. Welcome, Alice Abrams from Alice Talk Football. How are you doing, Alice? First time we ever speak. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. I love the intro. I was loving that the whole
you.
time. What's it?
Let me know. I can do one for you anytime. That's what neighbors are for, aren't they? Good neighbors. I wish I could knock down and say, offer you a glass of wine or something, but here you go. Pass on the coffee to you, man.
Let's pick up.
Alice, since we've never spoken before, of course, I have some questions. I'm not going to be a Piers Morgan here. I promise. I'm going to be nice. Okay. But before we do that, I want to surprise you with something special that I cooked up for you today. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football and welcome back to another live Manchester United news.
Oh, I don't know what she's trending or when she's gonna blow. I guess she's got a reason, so I just wanna know. Cause for almost 1 year I've been living next door to Alice. 1 year past, waiting for a chance to tell her how I feel, maybe get a second glance. Now I'm sitting right here, living next door to Alice.
So that's the big question. Oh my God, I hope you loved it. Seriously, like Alice, since I am the new kid on the block, only 12 months in the making on this YouTube space, you know, of course, living next door to you, like I've been watching your content. I'm a big fan of your YouTube, on your short videos, short and snappy, 10, 15 minutes updates. But of course, I have a few questions, of course, you know, if you don't mind. I mean, I understand you started your YouTube space, your channel it's been over 10 years, right?
Yeah.
To be honest, right? Wow.
11 years, yeah.
So the big question, who the fuck is Alice? And don't tell me everyone thinks, oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You blew my mind. No, but seriously, like, you know, I'm so intrigued to understand, like, you know, how did you start in this, you know, what made you start, like, you know, YouTube content and football in general, like, you know, Man United and stuff?
It's been a bit of a long journey. So I started making videos in 2012. So I would have been about 12, 11. And the first 2 videos I made, which are private on my channel, were videos about One Direction because they were like popping in 2012.
No
yeah,
way.
It was a One Direction dedicated channel. So it was just
Harry Styles, right?
Yeah, Harry Styles, Niall Horan, Zayn.
Oh.
And like the videos are quite pointless because my face isn't in them. It would just be like my favorite One Direction pictures, February 2013. Because there's obviously 12. You know, just playing with this app on my phone, like 40-second long videos to Man United. And I must have done that like on and off for fun for like 2 years, probably like 2012 to 2014 period. And that's actually how I got my first, probably like 500 subscribers from these awful One Direction picture videos. And then I think like I've always been quite creative, like, you know, like back on the day with the iPads, like iMovie and all of that. And then I kind of started making a bit more content. I started doing like top 5 lists and stuff like where you'd speak over. And I think I did like 1 or 2 of them were related to football, but it'd be like top 5 favorite YouTubers or top 5 facts about this YouTuber. I used to do like these top 5 videos when I was about 15, 16. And then, yeah, so that's how it started with this channel.
You're still young though, to be honest.
I know. Yeah. That was when I was really young. And then I made a channel when I was about 15 and I did like little prank videos. This was a different channel. And I actually went viral. One of them got 1.6 million views when I was like 15. It's the most horrific, cringy, fake prank video ever.
Do you still have it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you gotta share it with me.
Not on this channel, it's on one of the other channels. And so obviously once I got that, I got like subscribers and I started taking YouTube seriously at like 15, 16, but I didn't really have the skill set or the knowledge. So you make videos, you blow up and then you die out very quick. The channel went like from 0 subscribers to 50,000 in a month because I had a video that went viral. And then, you know, then from then
you came with the creators block kind of thing, like, you know, okay, you made one good video and what's gonna do next, like, you know. Yeah.
So that was like the old channel, and then I took a break, did my A levels at school, and then after A levels I did a gap year, so I finished A levels in 2019. And I was like, what was I watching on YouTube? Like the United Stand, the big Man United YouTube channels, Football Daily, football content, that, you know, that's what I was watching on YouTube. And I was like, well, I know a bit about YouTube. I know how to edit. I can make basic thumbnails. Like I've done YouTube and all this for a while. And then I said to myself, I've got a gap year. I've got a year out of school where I'm working part-time. I was going to just make 5 videos on Man United every single week. Thought until the end of my gap year, which would be in 9 months. And if I've not got anywhere, then I'll stop. If I am going somewhere, then I'll work on it on the side of uni. And then obviously a couple months in, obviously I maybe got like 5,000-6,000 subscribers. Lockdown happened, which meant I had nothing to do but make videos. And then just literally went from lockdown, really, because I started just before.
Oh yeah, 2019 was the lockdown, like when everyone the baby boom, pretty much, like everyone stayed home, and it was kind of the year of massive divorce filing as well, because people were not used to living at home together. You know, usually like a husband and wife go separate ways in work, or, you know, if you're living together with your boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever you choose to live with, you know, you're not used to sort of spending 24 hours together, right, all of a sudden. So that was kind of a little bit weird. Alice, have you always been a red? Depends on gray, what you mean. 100, it's not 50 shades of gray, it's 100 shades of gray. I assume that you've been a red Manchester United fan, but not a Liverpool, not a Scouser.
Oh, never, always
Never.
United from the
Always
from
United.
as I can remember.
Fantastic. So that's something really interesting and unique, because you mentioned something that your creative side, like, you know, have you always been, you know, do you create everything yourself, your graphics and?
Yeah, I had a little bit of help with just graphics and template, like my picture and my what's it called, background banner, someone made for me, and then they made me a few thumbnail templates, and then I'll just add a word or add a picture, like crop it out. But to be honest, like, because I've been making thumbnails since I was like 12, 13, like I can pretty much just do it all myself anyway. Like I can get a bit of help here and there from someone if need, and they can make me some templates and just make it a little, because they're an actual graphic designer, but I do about 95% of myself now.
Oh yeah, you did this one. This thumbnails, right?
It's just I haven't, those pictures, I took like 100 pictures a year ago, putting like loads of different faces, cropped them all out, put them in like a saved file, and I haven't taken any pictures since. It's just the same pictures for all my videos now. I need to actually update them a bit.
Jay, thank you, saying good to see Alice. Love her enthusiasm. 100%. Guys, please smash a like. You know, Alice, basically you get a lot of love here. Alice works so hard. Love her. You know what, as a fellow content creator, I want to share a little bit of insights for your viewers. And you know, it is hard work, Alice, isn't it? Like, you know, you're constantly keeping abreast with the latest news, constantly ready to sort of jump on and create something. Graphics got to be there, and sometimes you do mistakes. Like, you know, me, I'm word blind. So I'm dyslexic as hell, to be honest. Sometimes
I
can't
get it
even...
wrong sometimes.
Oh, you
Someone
do,
will comment, I'll have a comment, and it'll be like, you spelled embarrassing wrong, or preferred bidder wrong. I spelled preferred wrong in a video. I was like, this source says Qatar is likely to be preferred bidder, and I spelled preferred wrong, and it'll be in the thumbnail, preferred with like 1 F instead of 2, and I'm like, oh great.
So what do you do? What do you do when you're not? When you're not sort of liking football and making content? Like, you know, who is Alice? You know, what do you like to do on leisure, kind of thing, except party, or if you party or not?
I mean, I'm not like a big party person, but I'm very much like, I like to go out for dinner and drinks and get like be home by like 11. Really, I can't really do clubbing really. Every now and then I'll do it with friends, but I'm like a dinner, a few drinks, few cocktails, home. But
like little Cinderella, like home before 11, tuck in, like turn into a pumpkin,
like if
PJs
I do go
and
out
slippers
for drinks, I always try and find an excuse to like get the last train home and not have to like stay out and stay at crash at friends. I love coming home to my own bed and all of that. Once it gets to midnight, that's me.
Oh yeah, a lot of. I'm not a morning person. God forbid, I'm not a morning person. I can tell you that. I'm so creative that you can even ask my colleague Jarvis Cocker. He's not in the house today because he's only you and me. Like, I can just text Jarvis 3 a.m. in the morning. I can say, hey Jarvis, what do you think about this? And he's awake as well. Yeah. It's like, he gets 4 hours of sleep, like, you know, me too. So at the end of the day, it is fantastic. Like, And in terms of your United experience, though, is it sort of been passed from generations in your family, or was it something that you just grew up and picked, like, I'm going to support United, or does it run in your family? Or
No, it's something I really grew up and picked because my family isn't like into football. Like, I'm not from a football family. They liked cricket, they liked tennis, they liked
cricket, yeah.
hockey.
Oh,
But
that's
they
5
weren't
days test.
they weren't really into like football. My stepdad, who came into my life when I was 12, is into football. He's a big Wolves fan, but by the age of 12, I'm not switching from Man United to Wolves. No way. But it was more, my granddad liked football a little bit. He was actually a Tottenham fan, weirdly, and he was the only person in my family that really liked football. And I think growing up, I think I really got into football because I actually was Wayne Rooney was the footballer that
Yeah.
I loved growing up. Wayne Rooney and Ronaldo. I think that is how I became a United supporter, because my favorite color was red growing up. And when you don't really have someone telling
you choose the right red, though.
yeah, 100%. And when you don't have someone telling you who to support, I feel like you go with what's exposed to you. Man United was probably the most covered team, like, on TV. It's the team you see the most, and it's Ronaldo and Rooney. I remember, like, they were the two players that made me love football. And when I found out they played for United, and I must have been about 3 or 4, it was like I naturally kind of had that soft spot for United. Then I must have been 4 or 5. We went to like a Sports Direct or something, and they said I could choose an item, and I just went and picked up the Man United shirt. And I don't even know if I knew what the Man United shirt was at the time. I just liked it, and I liked Rooney, I liked Ronaldo, and I think that's just how it happened. Like, it sounds like the serious thing, but it's just, I don't know, they just made me fall in love with football, really.
Well, lucky you picked the right
could have been
right
a
team,
Liverpool
though.
one.
But we've been suffering for a long time as well, Alice. But you know what? That leads me to the next question as an icebreaker. Like, if you could choose to be any Manchester United player in the past or in the present, for one day, who would you pick and why?
If I could be any Man United player.
Yeah. Present or past. For one day, who would you pick? And why?
That's a really difficult one when you think about it, because like you could say someone like Ronaldo because it's obvious he's Ronaldo, but then I'm like,
he went to PS Morgan. Come on, man, you're with me.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, we know everything about Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean? I'd probably go with someone like Beckham. I feel like he's got an interesting life. Yeah.
Bex, yeah. Oh, he's got Spice Girl as well. He got the best spice. A little bit of spice. And why Beckham? Because he's just a cool guy, or
Yeah, I think he's just just a cool guy, isn't he? Just in America, owns his football club, like Inter Miami.
Yeah, no, he's got a very interesting life. He done something very, very interesting post his career, to be honest. Like, he's always been trendy, good-looking guy. He looks better and better with years. Like, not that I swing that way, you know what I mean? But smart, clever. They're both successful. Looking dapper like a pink snapper. You know what I mean? And it's like also owns the Miami. Is it Inter Miami? Isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, 100%. I agree. No, that's a good one. It's a good one. Cool. Well, thank you. That's yeah. What's your favorite food, by the way? People were asking here as well. What's your favorite takeaway? Indian, fish and chips, pizza?
See, my favorite food, I like Japanese food, like
Japanese
ramens and stuff. But I'm a big pizza girl as well. Can't be an Italian.
Italian.
Yeah.
Hey, Mick 𝒊𝒂𝒏𝒅𝒊𝒔𝒉, you want some pasta? Guess what? Pasta's cheaper than 105 million rice. Arsenal Gooners, they bought 105 million for Declan Rice.
Over my head, I was like, what?
Just trolling a bit. Oh my God, they paid a world record. It's 105. West Ham robbed them, yeah. Honestly, 105 million, that's a world record.
He's a good player, but 105 million, I did think. Yeah. He's got to be world beater. The thing is, though, if United pay 105 million for a player and he comes to United, he stinks it out. That is all the media is going to talk about. All everyone's going to talk about. At Arsenal, it'll just be social media. I don't think he'll get that media pressure at Arsenal. It's all the social media they get.
No, they don't. Seriously, guys. People, sorry, I just had to sort of ask a few questions, some questions that you've been sending me in. We'll get on to the content very soon. So it's just an icebreaker for people to get to know Alice a little bit.
what you see us most likely like on the screen, but this is a little bit like, you know, chilled, laid back. So it's always cool to get to know each other, like, because this channel is all, you know, it'll allow you to be you, no, let you be real, like, you know, that's what we call realist TV as well. So in terms of the future, Alice, not Alex, sorry, did I say Alex? I'm so sorry, man. It's been a late day. In terms of future for Alice Talks Football, like, you know, you are 65K subscribers. You know, what is the future growth for you? I mean, what are you seeing? Like, you know, are you going to do more live content? I mean, I think you do 1 or 2 per week live shows or something.
Depends on my week and how busy I am. I'd probably say I do 3 to 4 a week, and I'd say normally, but at the moment, because I've got a bit more time now, I finished uni, I'd say I've been doing 5 a week. But it's normally a video that goes up every kind of morning around 11 a.m. and then maybe a live stream 6 till 7 if I'm around. If I'm not around, I might make a video later on. That's sort of
so you go at uni at the moment, right? You're studying.
Well, I've just finished. Yeah, I finished end mid-May.
End of May. Congratulations.
So I graduate next week, actually. So it's all gone very quick.
Woo-hoo! Party like it's 1999. We have a super chat from Alien Tenno. Alice, who the fuck is Alice? Sorry, Alien Tenno. Well, Alien, I think you got a kind of cool insight who Alice is. I'm really impressed because I've seen your content. You know, always watch your 10 minutes videos. You know, sometimes I agree, sometimes I don't agree, but that's what content is, right? At the end of the day, like, you know, I like the way you do it. I like the way you present it, because you, like me, you think process, you look at the articles, and then you apply your logic and reasoning, what you think. But at the end of the day, like, you know, it's up to the viewers to decide. And the problem is what people are taking the content creators, they think we're the media outlets, that what we are saying is that the truth. Yeah. But you said so. No,
someone
I
be
didn't.
like, but you said this, you told us this. I said, because the title would be like, this Qatar report says Qatar are in the lead and Qatar are confident. So I read out the report and I say, I don't know who this is from. How many times have we been told from this source that Qatar is going to be the winner and they're not? So I say, take it with a pinch of salt. This is in the information. The share price is indicating Qatar. And I always clear up and saying, I'm not saying it's Qatar. I'm saying it's leaning towards Qatar, like 60-40. But how many times you have a news article and someone will be like, you've told us it's Qatar 6 times. And I'm like, no, I'm telling you what someone else is telling me. And then I'm also telling you, if you watch the whole video, to take it with a pinch of salt.
That's it.
It does my head in those comments.
I mean, you do get comments like, you know, I didn't say that, you know, but I always say, like, you know, at the end of the day, like, you know, journalism for me, like, you know, since I studied journalism as well, the old-fashioned way is always to go 2 sides of the story, like, you know, fact A, fact B, and then you present it, and at the end of the day, the truth is in the middle, and it's up to you to decide. Use your logic and reasoning. Nowadays, people they're too lazy. They just read headlines, and this is what's been spinning the fan base dizzy, because if you look at the publications, it's creative writing, recycling the content, but they're just changing the headlines to look like clickbaiting, right? And it's like, most people get sucked in to say, oh, and then they read it, and at the end of the day, at the end of the story, there's a small little paragraph. It's like, what does this mean? To be honest, right? But it's just the way the social media has changed. Like, you know, we're living in a world where we constantly crave the news. Give it now, give it to me specially, give me. So everyone is DMing, like, you know, everyone is constantly checking updates on your phone, and no wonder you get this anxiety. No wonder you get, like, you know, depression or anxiety. You know what I mean? So for me, it's always since I started this channel, for me was to create that motion sickness pill, Alice. Like, you know, to bring positivity back to the fan base, and, you know, not this negative spin, right? So hence why I kind of wanted to sort of break the ice a little bit with you. But thank you, Alice. It's been a pleasure having you. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Thanks for having me.
Guys, this has been Mick Ruby. This has been Alice Abrams. Please go over to her channel, watch, subscribe, like her content. She's the hardest working content creator that I've been seeing for the past couple of years, at least, since I've been watching as well. But you know what? We're here together as a community. We're living next door to each other. And good to see you. Good to be friends with you as well. So guys, have a good evening. Where I would say peace, love, bananas. And we had our say. Now we're giving back your day. Thank you, guys. Bye for now. Bye, Alice. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.